The Bible doesn't actually mention an innkeeper in the story of Jesus' birth, but this popular notion is alive in our imaginations. Sometimes the innkeeper gets a bad rap, portrayed as being hard-hearted and turned away a young, desperate couple, right? But what if we saw the innkeeper as someone who found a way, who made a way out of no way, who found a way to welcome a family in need in spite of a full house? The innkeeper didn't slam the door in the faces of a young, desperate couple. The innkeeper opened the door to a warm and safe and dry place for a baby to be born. The innkeeper made room where there seemed to be no room. So what if we tried to do the same? What if we can provide new ministries, if we can house the holy in ways we have not yet imagined? This Advent season, we will offer some stories to stir our imagination and stoke the fires of possibility for our future hospitality. And today I've asked Pete Rezac, the chair of our governing board, to stoke the fires of possibility for us this morning. Pete.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you in this space at the beginning of Advent. If you can't tell from my tie, it's my favorite time. It's little Christmas trees, if you're too far away to see. And I'm also so happy to be engaged with all of you in First Church's mission of creating heaven on earth. I think one of the ways we create heaven on earth is by meeting more of humanity's needs. To survive, we all have certain economic needs. We need water and food and shelter and so on. And sometimes we give from our abundant economic needs to those who don't have enough. That can be done through a charity. And not everything that we give makes it to those in needs because there are transaction costs of delivering the aid, but our dollars go far and they matter. But there's another form of support that doesn't incur transaction costs. In fact, it's sort of the opposite. When we engage directly, when we open our houses or share our food or provide comfort through a loving touch and thoughtful words, we not only deliver something of economic value that someone needs, but we create connections that I think make both of us more human. Last year around this time, First Church opened a remote learning center in our parish hall to provide COVID-safe support for children to learn outside of the home. We were told by many parents how the learning center met certain economic needs, right? For their children to have trained expertise and guidance, for them to have socialization opportunities, and for parents to have some space to focus or just take a break. But what I heard most often was that the simple existence of the center was moving. People found it uplifting that we cared enough to convert our space and open our doors. I also know that our staff and our volunteers were deeply impacted by spending time at eye level with the children and attending to their needs and connecting deeply. Within a parable of Matthew 25, Jesus explains that the righteous will ask, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you, a stranger, and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" Jesus goes on, "The king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.'" This Advent season, I hope we take opportunities to connect as Jesus describes. I'd encourage us as individuals and as a congregation to accept support when it's offered to us, but also to be watchful for those in need and to be creative and direct in our response. I hope that beyond meeting real economic needs that truly matter, we also create deep connections, the kind that make us each fully human and able to reflect God's love.
Amen.
Thank you.